Stop being weak. Right now, you're at a crossroads. Either keep drifting through life, whining about your problems, or take control and become someone respected, feared, and unforgettable. Stoicism isn't some dusty philosophy for old men in togas. It's a hammer that will shatter your excuses and forge you into an unbreakable person. Today, you'll learn 7 eternal Stoic lessons that won't just change how you see the world. They'll rebuild your character from the ground up. These lessons shaped emperors, warriors, and thinkers. Now it's your turn. But let me warn you, this isn't for those looking for easy paths. This is for those ready to fight for their best self. Listen closely. Apply these lessons, and in a month, you won't recognize yourself. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Control only what's in your power. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, wrote Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who ruled Rome but first ruled himself. The weather ruins your plans? Someone says something nasty? The economy crashes? These are beyond your control. But your choice, how to react, what to think, how to act, is yours and yours alone. Most people waste their lives trying to control what they can't. Others' opinions, random events, even the past. And what do they get? Stress, anxiety, sleepless nights. A Stoic looks at the chaos of the world and says, I choose my path. Think about it. How many times have you gotten mad because someone didn't text back? Or worried that a colleague got a promotion while you didn't? That's your mind betraying you. You can't force others to love you, but you can decide how to respond to their words. You can't control traffic, but you can choose how to spend your time in the car, listening to a podcast, or cursing everyone around you. How to apply it? Right now, grab a piece of paper. Write down one thing that's driving you crazy. A situation, a person, a problem. Ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. Write a plan for how you'll respond if it happens again. If the answer is yes, list actions you can take today. This simple step will free you from 90% of unnecessary stress. Why does it work? Because you stop being a puppet of circumstances. You learn to focus on what truly matters: your thoughts, decisions, actions. Imagine how your life would change if you stopped wasting energy on things beyond your control. You'd be calmer, more confident, stronger. This is the first step to becoming the master of your destiny. Real-life example. Imagine you've been fired. The average person panics, curses their boss, blames the economy. A Stoic says, I don't control the company's decision, but I control what I do next. They update their resume, sign up for courses, seek new opportunities. 6 months later, they're not just employed, they're building a career they dreamed of. Now, for 1 week, every evening, write down one situation where you reacted emotionally. Break it down. What was in your control and what wasn't? After 7 days, you'll notice your mind becoming clearer and your reactions more deliberate. This is the start of your new character. Lesson 2. Accept the inevitable with dignity. Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling, said Seneca. Life isn't a fairy tale. It hits hard: loss of loved ones, betrayal, failures, illness. But here's the secret. Suffering isn't pain. It's your attitude toward it. A Stoic doesn't scream at fate or hide from problems. They look them in the eye and say, I was ready. Think about the last situation that threw you off balance. Maybe you lost money on investments or had a fight with someone close. The average person drowns in self-pity, replaying, why me? What did I do? A Stoic accepts reality. They know everything that begins has an end. Jobs can vanish, health can falter, relationships can break. This isn't pessimism, it's a clear-eyed view of life. How to apply it? Start small. The next time something goes wrong, your flight's delayed, your phone breaks, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I expected this could happen. What can I do next? This doesn't mean you should rejoice in problems. It means you stop wasting energy fighting the inevitable and channel it into action. Example. Imagine your business collapses. The average person falls into depression, blaming the market, partners, themselves. A Stoic says, "It happened. Now I can either give up or use this experience to build something new." They analyze their mistakes, take lessons, and start over. A year later, they're not just back, they're stronger than ever. Why is this important? Because accepting the inevitable frees you from illusions. You stop expecting life to be fair and start working with what is. This makes you unbreakable. Problems no longer crush you, they become fuel for growth. Your task: for 1 week, every day, imagine one situation that could go wrong. A delay, a fight, a rejection. Think about how you'll act while maintaining dignity. This will prepare you for real challenges and make your character as strong as steel. Lesson 3. Train your mind through discomfort. You don't become stronger by avoiding difficulties, said Epictetus, a man who went from slavery to becoming one of history's greatest philosophers. Comfort is a trap. Your couch, your phone, your habit of procrastinating, all these weaken you. Stoics knew, to forge character, you must seek discomfort. Cold showers, early mornings, giving up habits, tough conversations. These aren't just challenges. They're training for your will. Think about it. When was the last time you did something you didn't want to do, just to grow stronger? Not because you had to, but to become better. Most people run from discomfort like it's the plague. They want an easy life, then wonder why they can't handle problems. A Stoic walks toward difficulties. They know every time you conquer laziness, fear, or weakness, you get closer to your best self. How to apply it? Start small, but start today. Take a cold shower. Wake up an hour earlier. Skip coffee or sweets for a day. Write that email you've been avoiding. These small victories are the bricks of your new character. Over time, you'll seek bigger challenges, running a marathon, changing careers, speaking truth even when it hurts. Picture someone terrified of public speaking. The average person avoids it, saying, "It's not for me." A Stoic signs up for a speaking course, practices daily in front of a mirror, performs at small events. A year later, they're not just speaking confidently, they're inspiring others. Why does this work? Discomfort is a gym for your mind. Every time you do what you don't want to, you strengthen your willpower. Life is full of challenges, and if you're not ready, it will break you. But if you train daily, you become someone unstoppable. For 1 week, every day, do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Write down how it feels. After 7 days, you'll feel your character growing stronger. This isn't just an exercise, it's the start of your transformation. Lesson 4. Practice negative visualization. Prepare for the worst to meet it with dignity, advised Seneca. This isn't about pessimism, it's about strength. Stoics regularly imagined the worst-case scenarios, losing their job, falling ill, being alone, not to scare themselves, but to be ready. When you mentally walk through hardships, they stop being monsters. They become challenges you can solve. Think about it. What scares you the most? Losing money? Being alone? Living a mediocre life? Most people avoid these thoughts, but that's a mistake. When you hide from fears, they grow. A Stoic faces them. They ask, "What will I do if this happens?" And that makes them invincible. How to apply it? Take 5 minutes right now. Close your eyes and imagine the worst-case scenario in one area of your life: work, relationships, health. Think, how would you act? What steps would you take? Write down your plan. This mental exercise not only reduces fear, but also teaches you to appreciate what you have. Imagine your partner leaves you. The average person drowns in resentment, replaying, "How could they?" A Stoic has already considered that relationships can end. They know they can't control another's feelings, but they can control their actions. They express gratitude for the experience, focus on themselves, and eventually build stronger relationships. Why is this important? Negative visualization prepares you for real life. You stop being a victim of circumstances because you know how to act. Plus, you start appreciating the present. family, friends, health. This makes you not only stronger, but happier. For 1 week, every evening, imagine one worst-case scenario and your plan to handle it. Write down your thoughts. After 7 days, you'll notice fears fading and confidence growing. This is your path to an unbreakable character. Lesson 5. Stop chasing approval. "It is enough for me to do what is right," wrote Marcus Aurelius. How many times have you stayed silent, fearing judgment? How many times did you do something to please others? Others' opinions are noise that drowns out your inner voice. A Stoic knows the only judge is your conscience. When you live for likes, praise, or envy, you lose yourself. Think about it. When was the last time you did something because it was expected? Said yes when you wanted to say no? Tried to be nice instead of real? That's dependence on approval, and it destroys your character. A Stoic doesn't fear criticism because they know who they are and why they live, how to apply it. In the next 24 hours, do something important to you, even if it risks judgment. Say no where you'd usually say yes. Post something you're scared to share. Start a project you think is too bold. It's scary, but it's freeing. Imagine you want to change careers, but fear friends will say, "You're crazy." The average person stays in a job they hate to fit in. A Stoic says, "My life, my choice." They learn, try, take risks. A year later, they're not just happy, they're inspiring others. Why does this work? When you stop being a puppet of others' expectations, you gain freedom. You start living for yourself, not others. This builds confidence, strength, and clarity. You become someone who can't be swayed. Your task. For 1 week, every day, do one thing that goes against others' expectations. Write down how it affects you. After 7 days, you'll feel your character becoming independent and powerful. Lesson 6. Act, don't complain. You have a body, possessions, reputation. Work with what you have, said Epictetus. Stop whining about not having time, money, or connections. Those are excuses of the weak. A Stoic takes what they have and makes the most of it. Lost your job? Learn new skills? No motivation? Do it anyway. Life doesn't wait for you to be ready. How many times have you said, "I'll start when"? When you have more money, time, confidence? That's a trap. A Stoic knows perfect conditions don't exist. There's only now. Every step, even small, brings you closer to your goal. Complaints? They only hold you back. Right now, pick one goal, big or small. Write down the first step you can take today. Make a call, write a line, start a workout, open a book. Do it, even if you don't feel like it. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Example: imagine you want to write a book but don't have time. The average person dreams for years without writing a word. A Stoic carves out 15 minutes a day, writes a paragraph. A year later, they have a manuscript. Action beats excuses. Why is this important? Action is the antidote to weakness. Every step strengthens your character, makes you more confident, more capable. You stop being someone who wants and become someone who does. This changes not just your life, but how you see yourself. Your task. For 1 week, every day, take one small step toward a goal. Write down your progress. After 7 days, you'll see how action turns dreams into reality. This is your path to an unbreakable character. Lesson 7. Live like it's your last day. Do every act as if it were your last, wrote Marcus Aurelius. Memento mori, remember, you will die. This isn't about fear, it's about clarity. You're not immortal. Time slips away while you procrastinate, complain, delay. A Stoic lives as if every day is their last. This makes them value the moment, act with full commitment, and avoid wasting life on trivialities. Think about it. If today were your last day, what would you do? Who would you call? What would you start? Most people waste time on shows, gossip, pointless arguments. A Stoic asks, "Is this worth my time?" They live with purpose because they know there's no second chance. How to apply it? Every evening, ask yourself, if tomorrow were my last day, what would I have done differently today? Write down your answers. This will help you prioritize, let go of the unimportant, and focus on what matters. Call your parents, start that project. Say, I love you. Do what counts. Example, picture someone who's been putting off travel. The average person says, I'll go when I have more money. A Stoic buys a ticket, even on a tight budget. They know life is short, and it's better to act now than regret later. Why does this work? Awareness of mortality is sobering. It makes you value every moment, act boldly, live deeply. You stop postponing life and start creating a legacy today. Your task. For 1 week, every day, do one thing you've been delaying out of fear or laziness. Write down how it changes your perspective. After 7 days, you'll feel your character becoming braver and more purposeful. You've just received 7 Stoic lessons that can flip your life upside down. But here's the harsh truth. Knowledge without action is nothing. If you just listened and moved on, you wasted your time. Stoicism isn't for those seeking inspiration. It's for those ready to fight for their character. Your challenge: pick one lesson and apply it today. Write in the comments which lesson you chose and what you did. I want to see you getting stronger. These lessons forged Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, people who faced chaos and triumphed. Now it's your turn. Become someone who doesn't break. Become a Stoic. Transform your character forever. Subscribe if you're ready to go all in. Write in the comments, I'm in, and start right now.